Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, it is day 3 of the grandest party of them all, season 19. And in today's video, we're going to be using the illustrious Kid and Killer dual legend that just released for the pre-10th anniversary celebration. Now, Kid Killer seemed like a very interesting leader. I'm actually really looking forward to using them. We are moving towards the pointy end of the season, and as of tomorrow, I will be on my way to Japan. So this will kind of be the last video that you guys sort of see with editing and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are ready for some raw content, but I'll still be uploading and stuff like that, so don't stress. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of this particular character, if you've checked them out, if you've used them. Let me know what you guys are running in Grand Party. Are you guys running Gear 5? Are you running anything else? Because it's still early. But make sure, as always, to swap your leaders at the end of every day, as now we are moving into the pointy end of the season, and you really want to make sure that like day 4, day 5, people are getting those free wins. So make sure you guys are changing your leaders. But hopefully we can do some fun stuff with Kid Killer today. We are going to focus on taking on some Gear 5 leads. However, if Gear 5 does prove to just be way better than Kid Killer, then we might have to sort of readjust what we're doing. But if you enjoyed the video, like button, hit the subscribe button. With that said, let's dive into some Grand Party content. Alright, so we're going to start it off with a Gear 5 fight. The first team is a slasher team, so we're going to run our quick driven slasher team in the front to hopefully slow them down to the point where they can't use their specials. We then have a very good matchup against Quick as our second fight, as I am running a Dex team, and then we have our driven build down the bottom to take on their last team. So I'm not super confident obviously going up against slashers, but especially when Shiki's in the front line, I actually just noticed that that's probably not a good thing for the 3 slashers we have, or 4 slashers we have in the front. But the idea here is Kid Killer get their burst up to 4 times as long as you just deal out 25,000 damage. Now this is very, very easy to do, and then Kid Killer can actually roll back specials. Very similar to what Smoothie's doing, very similar to what Cross Guild's doing. So we can basically do this on a much higher level, which is always really, really nice. So ideally, damn, that's going to be damage. I don't like that. Ideally, I need Shiryu to do enough damage to give me the burst. Beautiful. So then we can bink it and say goodbye to the Roger and Whitebeard special. Roll that back. We get a nice little action bind on there. We also roll back Shiki, which is really nice. And now we can have Cross Guild go. Cross Guild's going to roll back more specials. Love that for us. So basically, the idea here was just to completely stop the slasher team in its tracks and just get it to a point where it doesn't even use its specials. And we kill it like this, so that way we don't have to worry about Gear 5's burst. Now, Gear 5, obviously, very, very scary unit when that burst goes off. However, if you roll back specials or you kill the enemy before they have a chance to actually do anything, they can't charge their burst. And then a Gear 5 without a burst is nowhere near as scary as Gear 5 with a burst. I'll tell you that, that's for free. So this one's pretty much a wrap. Really, really impressive stuff from the quick driven slasher team. Obviously, driven is getting massive buffs this season. We are getting big buffs from our leader skill being a driven base leader. Kid Killer will boost driven and powerhouse units, and then dex and int. You don't get like a double stack if you're driven and powerhouse, but you will get a double stack if you're a driven quick unit or a driven int unit. So easy wrap up right there. That's always what you like to see. Bro, we almost got the Odin and Roger special back. Still, going to the last 30 seconds and not having the enemy use a special once is kind of crazy. So, nice stuff. We have a special, a burst ability ready to go for the second fight. But this second fight, honestly, I'm not too worried about because we're going up against a quick team. Now, the last team is Dex. They have Gear 5 on the bench. Something you guys will probably see quite common. So if you have to go up against Gear 5s and you notice that Gear 5's on a bench, you could probably bet your ass it's going to be either a Dex team, a driven team, or sometimes a slasher team. What you can guarantee is it's not going to be Psy, and it's not going to be Free Spirit. So you can like build your teams in certain ways to sort of get around that. We're going to use our rollback on this particular team because we don't want to have to deal with Cross Guild there. So let's bink this now. Get a bit of a rollback going on. You love to see that. I don't know if that was the right time to use that because like they're obviously not going. Akainu still, yeah. So that was probably a bad time to use my burst. But will this actually give me back my burst? No, Dofi's still way too early in the fight for Dofi to be doing enough damage to to get 25k. Okay, not rolling back Bullet there actually works in our favor, because Bullet is going to be the next one to use their special. By the time Blackbeard comes around, he should have his special ready to go. We're going to now have a counter. We're going to have... Oh, actually, no, this is Bullet, not S-Shock. Blackbeard, nice. Okay, this is going to hurt a little bit. It's fine. Fixed damage, though, is going to hurt a little bit as well. Beautiful. We're still in a spot where we don't have to worry about the Gear 5 burst. We've knocked back the specials enough to not have to deal with that. The one that I'm just sort of, like, looking at is Cross Guild. When Cross Guild has a special and is about to go, which I believe... I don't know if that'll be, like, the next time rounds. Let's have a look here. Yeah, no, they're fine. So I just got to keep an eye on when Cross Guild's about to go in the lineup, and then we can use Kid Killer to just roll back the specials once again. Like, Kaido can do damage, but, like, we're in a position where we have type advantage, so the damage they are outputting is nowhere near as scary. Okay, we had some knockback on Cross Guild. Cross Guild's probably going to die here. I actually love to see that. We'll just use this just cause. That way we don't have to worry about Blue Jam. Got a bit of an action bind going. Oh, we do damage too! Yeah, right. Targets 2 enemies with low current HP for 3 times attack. Right, didn't read that. Cool. So we can do damage as well with that, but easy first win. Really, really impressive stuff from the Quick Driven Slash team. Going up against Slashes themselves. Obviously, we didn't have to worry about stuff like S-Hawk, but like it didn't matter anyway because we just put them in a position where they couldn't use specials. So let's go to the next fight. Alright, we're going to flip it completely on its head now, and we're going to take on this next Gear 5 build. Very similar to what you guys saw in the last team comp. Gear 5 is in the back. And this is what I was talking about. Like, you're probably best like a quick team, driven team, int team, slashes team, Gear 5 in the back there. Very, very common for people to be doing this because Free Spirit are being nerfed this season. But, look, if you guys are watching this video and you guys know how good Gear 5 is, Free Spirits aren't nerfed this season. Like, it's just, don't get scared by the rule set seeing level 10 down. Like, the HP is nothing for Free Spirits. They're so fast, they're so tanky, like, they can handle it. But if you see Gear 5 on the bench, just like this fight, you're pretty much can assume that it's not a Free Spirit or a Psy-based build. On top of that, it's still early, we can see the fight, so we're going to put Dex up front. Obviously, Kid Killer, not exactly a team comp that you want to be using later down the line. Sure, we could probably change up our teams, take out Dex. We could definitely use something like Strength, probably a little bit safer. But obviously, with Quick running around so much this season, it's a bit of a risk when you are not seeing what you're fighting, when you don't know what's going on. And then obviously that bottom team being... Driven, it can have some holes there because just Driven isn't overly amazing. So we don't have to deal with Cross Guild this time, which is always fun. Cross Guild is an exceptional PvP character. But we do have to deal with a Kainu, which is awesome under Gear 5. Lucky for us, though, we can sort of just tank all the shots that come our way because we have type advantage. So the upside to Kid Killer, not only do they have a very, very good burst, their passive is actually really strong. Whilst they're only buffing Driven Powerhouse, so for example, Big Mom is only getting the Driven buff or the Powerhouse buff, it's not like a shoe-in for both. The passives is really, really strong, giving us a lot of bulk, giving us a lot of defense, and a lot of fun stuff there. So we're going to kill Tesoro there, which is kind of nuts. Okay. You know what? Let's just kill a Kainu. We'll just get a Kainu out of here. Beautiful, 15k. Now, downside to Gear 5 coming in the back end is Gear 5 does buff himself all the time. Obviously, he buffs Free Spirit characters. And that means you are stereotypically going to have to deal with a Gear 5 like shot at some point. And Gear 5 has a very good way of charging his own burst. So, this is why just Gear 5 works so well on literally any team you throw him on. Because he's going to have an impact somewhere, which is kind of nuts. So, just Gear 5 doing Gear 5 things. So, it's just, yeah, it's crazy how good Gear 5 is. S-Shark getting some kills with his counter. That's always fun. We love that. We'll save the burst for the next fight. Actually, no, we won't. We'll do this so Luffy can't get his. Like, stopping a Gear 5 burst is way more valuable than saving a burst for a later day. So, we'll use that. We'll get the kill. Upside to Kid Killer is we have 4 bursts at our disposal, which is crazy. 30% rollback, nothing to scoff at. And the fact that we can actually do damage with that burst is actually really, really nice. So, moving into the second fight now, we are using a driven-based team. The thing with Kid Killer is you have to put Kid Killer somewhere. Now, you can do stuff like you saw with Luffy and just throw Kid Killer on the bench of another team. However, I've been doing some stuff with Driven. I did a showcase on Kid Killer. It'll be out after this video. I'll probably schedule it while I'm in Japan. But Driven are okay. They're not great. They're not a top 5 team like they once were, but they do have access to S-Hawk, and any team that has access to S-Hawk is always going to be a little bit better than any other team. Gear 5, Anniversary Gear 5, and S-Hawk are just in a whole nother league when it comes to PvP. Like, it's honestly almost incomparable to like any other unit. So having S-Hawk on the team means we can do some really fun stuff. Plus, this Driven team is going up against a very powerhouse-centric Dex team. So that works real heavily in our favor because we can actually roll back the specials of Driven and Cerebral characters with Kid Killer. Not only that, but we can use the burst to roll back specials even more. And as you guys will see here, on a very, very tanky Dex team, we can basically just stop them from doing everything, kill a bunch of units before they have a chance to actually output a lot of damage, and then we can just move from there. Upside to our team too is we're doing a lot of halve stats, we're outputting a lot of damage, plus we have a lot of defense. So shots like Sober Mask, it's not going to hurt, even against stuff like Tesoro. Stuff like Big Mum could be a bit detrimental, but the Blackbeard HP cut is really going to be the worst thing that we have to deal with. Unfortunately, I didn't have the burst there, so we're going to take a Gear 5 burst right to the face. This is going to hurt. See if we can tank it. Okay, beautiful. S-Hawk tanks it. That's what we like to see. The half stats is now gone, though, unfortunately, and Doflamingo is about to pop. I wish I had my burst right now. Like, look how close we are to our burst. Man, that's terrible. The fact that we don't have a burst here is, like, killer. S-Hawk survive. Alright, Mori's going to give me the burst. And I should be able to use it to just kill a couple enemies here. We should be able to kill Pell and Kid. Okay, Pell didn't die. Nuts. But that's alright. Fuji should wrap this up. So, even tanking a Gear 5 burst, obviously we have... Oh, we don't have type advantage here. We have a bit of advantage with the fact that we had Kid Killer doing a little bit of powerhouse nerfing, I guess. And our burst is kind of tailor-made a little bit nicer for this particular fight. But look, like I said, Driven can definitely do some things. Like, they definitely can. I don't think they're better than the Dex team, especially if you are running like S-Shark and stuff like that. However, again, any team that has access to S-Hawk is always going to be okay in my book. So, second fight in the bag. Obviously, we had a bit of type advantage in the earlier fight. Gave us the edge in the second fight. But look, 253 combat power. Man, that's a big team. Let's move on to the final fight. Alright, we're going to wrap it up with another Gear 5. And this one is an absolute doozy. Holy, look at this lineup. We've got disgusting investment in that top team. We do have type advantage on the second fight. And there's a Gear 5 at the end. So, probably looking at versing something like Driven. Or something like Dex. Maybe it's something... Or Quick's in the middle. So, I feel like it's probably going to be Dex. So, I do have confidence that we can win the last two fights. Hopefully, we can have a repeat of the first fight, and we can use our special rollback to just stop slashes in their tracks. That is the plan for this particular fight. If we can get that done, then we'll be really, really nice. The downside here is we have to do with S-Hawk. S-Hawk is getting monster buffs at the moment. Driven, Slasher, Ink characters are all buffed under the rule set. Yes, Gear 5 isn't buffing any of that, but it really doesn't matter because... like, the rule set is giving them so much. Now, we have 11 cooldowns, especially on Kaido, which is great. The enemy has 14 cooldowns. So, as you guys will see here, their specials are moving very, very fast. So, we just need to get a special off to charge our burst. Come on, Kaido, do it for me, brother. Ah, that's unfortunate. Ah, we needed a little bit more from Kaido. But that's okay. We can tank an S-Hawk shot. I don't think we can tank all of these shots, but we'll see how we go. Gear 5 burst is ready. We're probably going to have to tank that as well. So, we're going to lose a bunch of characters. We're going to lose 2 characters here for sure. Okay. Losing Kaido is kind of annoying because now we don't have damage. But that's okay. We'll let things charge up a little bit. If Zoro and Sanji go, we can basically use the burst to roll back specials here. Man, see, that's why I like slashes. If they pop off exactly how you guys saw there, slashes are a force, man. Okay, we can take out Cracker, but look, they've got Brook coming in, so they're not missing out on too much there. The one character, like, oh, okay, well, we lose. We lose. Straight up, we lose. There's nothing we can do there. Like, at the end of the day, like, we've lost. We want to actually die, before the enemy gets any more specials off. So, like, please kill me. Please just kill me with normal attacks. Nice. Awesome. The reason I wanted to die from normal attacks is because I don't want the enemy to charge their burst. Yeah, sure, we lost that fight, but that's okay, because now Gear 5 doesn't have a burst, and we can use our burst to just stop him in his tracks. We have type advantage now, which means that we can actually structure our second fight to a way that we just totally cuck him into not using a burst. That is the game plan here. Sugar in the front lineups too, it gives me a little bit of a little bit of breathing room, because then we don't have to worry about another big hitter. There's no Roger and Odin. There's no like slasher comp here, which is nice to see. But the driven character in Akainu is the big scary one. So Akainu and Crossguild having the roll, obviously the rollback, and Akainu being so goddamn fast. We're going to do that just to stop both of them. Akainu got knocked back. Seriously? He got knocked back. Damn it. Bro, knockback is such a bullshit ability, man. I just always forget about it. Crossguild's going to roll back our specials. That's okay. That's right. We still have 3 under our disposal. Utilizing Kid Killer, honestly, is a little bit challenging to time exactly when the best time to use your burst is. Like, you can structure it. However, with blowback and, like, getting the right timing off and stuff like that, it is a little bit challenging. Honestly, probably playing on, like, slow mode would probably be a little bit more beneficial. Can we kill a Kainu here, please? Yeah, nice. I was like, I just want to deal with a Kainu special. Just any more HP cuts is just not ideal. And Fuji's fine. I'm just always keeping an eye on, like, when their specials are coming. So, I think we're okay for the rest of this fight. I just do not want that Gear 5 burst to charge. We can probably tank one. However, I don't want to have to put myself into a situation where I do. Okay, let's do this. This is probably going to kill Tesoro, which is nice. No, Tesoro didn't die. That's alright. We stopped ourselves from getting hit by Fuji. Big Mom, finish him off. Nice. Beautiful stuff. Awesome. So that fight went actually really, really well. Obviously, we had the luxury of seeing the quick team in the second fight, but that's the beauty of these first couple days, and that's why we like to use some of these newer characters early on, so we can just sort of have some fun with Grand Party, you know? Grand Party, honestly, in my opinion, is a very fun game mode. It needs a lot of work. Don't get me wrong. I definitely agree. Is that a Dex team with Nami? Nani? Is that Nami? Alright, we've got a lot of Cerebral and a lot of Powerhouse here, which is really good because we're running Kid Killer. But as I was saying, Grand Party, obviously, it needs a lot of work, but it's still a lot of fun. I find the game mode incredibly fun to play, especially in the first 3 days. First 3 days, you don't have to worry about stress and all that sort of stuff. You can see what you're coming up against. Sure, there's a little bit of like guess and check here and there. Like we can see Gear 5 on the back end here. We could safely assume that this was a Dex team. However, I fucked that up. Oh no. Okay. I don't want Big Mom to go. Let's just relax, guys. Let's all just relax a little bit, because that was way too close for comfort. Look how close they are to their burst. Holy crap. That was way too close. If we can just, like, kill a couple units here, that'd be nice. Okay, nice. Cool. I'm looking at Pell, and I'm looking at Submars. Not Pell, Dalton. Dalton, and I'm looking at Submars. Oh, when did that happen? When did you get that? When did you get that? Hey, you. When did he get that? Who said he could do that? Hey, you. That's alright, we tanked that really nicely. So, it's all good. Some half stats, big damage from Uta. I mean, it wasn't bad damage. It wasn't great damage, but it wasn't bad damage. That Sobamar special's coming. Once I see Fuji move. Think this. Let's stop that bullet shot. Let's stop all that. We ain't want all that. We ain't here for all that. Hey, nice. The action binding is actually really good too. Really, really good. Is that a 100% chance? Yeah, attack style enemies get a 100% chance to action bind, man. Like that's kind of clutch. I'm not gonna lie. That action bind, kind of ridiculous. So, as a whole, I think Kid Killer's burst is phenomenal. I think they have one of the best bursts in the game. Obviously, it's not like Gear 5 level where it's going to kill the entire team, but nowadays, as you guys see, with the amount of, like, buffs you can give your team, the Gear 5 burst kind of barely touched my Driven team, if I'm honest. We lost 2 units, sure, but, like, S-Hawk is still, like, rocking so much HP that it really wasn't all that scary. So, very nice stuff. Like I said, Kid Killer, they're really, really good. The downside to Kid Killer is you need to know what you're coming up against, and I don't think you have the luxury of building out the teams in a very successful way that is going to give you success in the back end of Grand Party. However, like I said, we could definitely swap out the Dex team with a Strength team. We could probably swap out the Driven team and make it, I don't know, more something. Could probably slide Kid Killer into the back end of the Driven Quick team and then bring in another Slasher on the bench. I don't know. We could probably do some stuff, I guess, but oh no, we need all quick units. We could probably do some stuff there, but overall, their burst is incredible. Their passive's great. I just think the teams that they run need a little bit of help. Once you guys are done with your Grand Party fights, make sure to edit your leaders. Put it as a character that's preferably like down the bottom. That'll just tell people like what they're going up against. Obviously, I don't really have any leader in the front here, so like I can't really successfully tell people what I'm going up against. But look, if you guys check out this video, you guys will see. Before I go, we're gonna pop that red ticket because I have a tendency nowadays to not record my reds. So I just figured like, hey, hell, like let's pop it here. It's a Sugo character. It's nice. We're hoping for either Moria Perona or Quick Momo. Come home, finally, please. It's Brook-san. Shout out to my boy B-Bro and my homie Snuffy, the big Brook lovers. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think of Kid Killer in the comment section below. While you're down there, like I said, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, once again, all that fun stuff. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Nerds!